it plain.
Make it plain.
M.I.P.
With Masamela Matfumo.
Mark Thompson.
Make it plain.
Get woke.
Came to Georgetown when he signed to come to Georgetown in 1981. This was the photo.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very special guest with us right now. As you know, yesterday was a very, very big day for all of us who are Georgetown Hoya fans, because Patrick Ewing is back. He is the head coach of the Georgetown Hoyas, three-time Hall of Famer as a college player, as a member of the Dream Team, as a New York Knick, one of the 50 greatest players of all time. We're honored to have with us our brother, Patrick Ewing. Patrick, good morning. How are you, man? Thank you for joining me.
Man, I'm glad to be on, Mark. Everything is good, man. I'm blessed.
You are, brother, and we all are because of you. It was good to spend the time we spent together yesterday. How's it feel to be back home?
It feels great. You know, I've always had DC has always had a special place in my heart. My kids are here. My grandkids are here. So yesterday was a special day for me.
You talked yesterday, Patrick, about bringing your NBA coaching experience. And let me first of all say this, because I want the audience to hear this. We had the website up, hirepatrickewing.com, and if you all go to that, one of the quotes from Jeff Van Gundy, your former coach, is that more, and this is true, I hadn't really thought about this, more than any of the other 50 players, greatest players of all time, Patrick, he said you worked hard to learn about the game after you finished playing, learn even more so you could coach. And then Big John Thompson said yesterday, and I hadn't thought about this either, most guys who end up being NBA head coaches, they just go straight to the head coaching position. But you were humble enough to serve as an assistant for 15 years and learn the game. And so when you said yesterday you wanted to bring sort of that NBA style of play to Georgetown, tell us a little bit more about what you mean by that.
You know, if you look at the way that they play, basketball is playing right now, especially in the NBA, it's more of an up-tempo, it's more of a body movement, ball movement, shooting threes type of game. I'm not even going to try to compare anybody to Golden State because, you know, right now they're the elite team that's out there doing it, and no one has a Steph Curry. But you know, if you look at the Charlotte Hornets, I'm going to use us as an example. Them as an example is the fact that that's the type of game we want to play. You know, get the ball up the floor as quickly as possible and moving it from side to side. Now, if we have a big guy that we can drop the ball into in the post, we're going to drop it into him in the post. But for the most part, I wanted the ball to be moving, move the defense, and take good quality shots.
And you also, I think you mentioned, Patrick Ewing, that you want to bring back the flavor of the old Big East, the way you used to play.
Well, you know, I was really joking when I said that, but you know, everybody is not gonna like you, so it's all about.
Bro, I hope you weren't joking. I loved it when you said it. That's what we want.
We're gonna try to dominate. You know, dominate without creating the foul. You know, when we played, the Big East was one of the most physical leagues in college basketball at that time. And the way that college basketball is officiating today, I think that we'd have flagrants, we'd have suspensions if we try to play that physical.
Yeah, it was something back then. But speaking of which, you know, one of your titles, you were Secretary of Defense. So even in the context of this NBA style, and we welcome that, I'm sure you're going to focus on defense as well in terms of the college game.
Oh, definitely. I mean, to be successful, you know, you can't just. I mean, some team have the firepower to outscore people. You have to be able to do both. If you look at, you know, and I'll say the NBA, but you know, it's the same in college basketball. You know, if you had the most teams that win, win big, they're good on both ends. They're
Right.
good, very good on offense, and they're also very good on defense. So, you have to be able to stop people and be able to get the ball and then rebounding the ball and to be able to get down the floor and run.
Yes, sir.
And get into your offense.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. You've been working for years to get to the NBA. I know that's a dream of yours. And just for the record, because we've talked about it here on the show without you, Patrick, and
Right.
Big John and I have talked about it. We know that, unfortunately, one of the strikes against you, there's still the stereotype that only guard-size individuals should coach. I don't know what that's about. Well, I think we do, but it's not very fair. I bumped into Chris Mullin one day, literally walking down the street here in New York. And I said, how you like what you're doing at St. John's? And he said, Mark, is the best thing in the world. He said, I'm never going back to the NBA. College coaching is better. It's giving me more flexibility. I'm enjoying my life. He said, don't you see me just walking down the street like right now? So, I mean, and I know you spoke with him as well. What was the moment, the instant when you knew that you were ready to say, I'm going to go into the college arena and take a break from the NBA? What was that moment that really helped you make that decision, Patrick?
Well, first of all, when JT3 got let go, I felt like I got let go also.
Yeah, me too. He's family. My son is on the staff. Yeah.
And it just the fact that he's been there for so long and had so many success, and unfortunately he had a couple of down years, and then the writing was on the wall. So I was shocked, I was hurt, and a couple of days went by, and then I got the call from the big fella,
yeah,
and he's like, you need to to go ahead and try to get this job.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, Coach, I have to think about it. I took the night to think about it, and I was like, you know what? Why not? This is my alma mater. This is a place that I've had great success. I know a lot of the people there. My family's here. And, a head coach is a head coach, be it in the NBA or in college. I'm the one who's going to be running the ship. Is going to be the difference between a college head coach and an NBA head coach is, you're the GM, you're the coach, you're doing everything. So, I think that all my years of preparing and to be a head coach, it finally has happened, and I'm going to cherish the moment. Yeah. Now, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. I need to put together my staff and hit the floor running.
Yeah. And Patrick, you're with us, folks. I appreciate what you said just now about JT3 and what you said at the press conference, and I think that's important. I had tweeted out right away when they were talking about bringing folk from other schools that was blasphemous. Nobody in Louisville is going to coach at Kentucky. Nobody in North Carolina is ever going to coach at Duke, and we have our own legacy. And Patrick, what you did was, because I was there at his press conference, and there were folk there. There's been this little undercurrent through some of these bloggers, and they get too much attention. Oh, we got to get away from the Thompson legacy, like there's some other legacy at Georgetown. And Patrick Ewing went out there yesterday, folks, and took that towel and put it over his shoulder. And I watched the press, Patrick, when you did that and then you sang JT3's praises. All of them surrendered. They were not going to ask you a stupid question about, are you going to try to get away from the Georgetown legacy? Because it wasn't appropriate in the first place. So you let them know right away. Why should we run from our own legacy? That's us.
Right.
It's successful. Right. And I really admire you for making that clear off the bat. We're not even going to have that conversation.
No, I mean, our legacy is I am part of that legacy. Why should I run from something that I helped build?
Yeah.
My blood, sweat, and tears for 4 years helped to propel Georgetown to a global university. Not to say it wasn't global. You know, it wasn't. It was. They've always been successful, but the success that the basketball team led by John Thompson, you know, made this university a global university. Now, this is somewhere, you know, you can go anywhere in the world and you ask about Georgetown, and they know.
Yes.
They know what Georgetown is.
That's right. That's right. Folks, as a former manager for the Hoyas, you know, as I was saying to Patrick yesterday, this is also personal for me because if one of these Duke guys or somebody else ended up at Georgetown, Patrick, you'd be somewhere else right now. Y'all be visiting me in the hospital. So that's you be busy on TV right now. Say our brother's in the hospital, y'all. We trying to pray for him. So he would have been somewhere dealing with a crisis because I couldn't deal with it. So, brother, we're thankful for you. We're behind you. I've never seen so many of the former guys come around and galvanize to support you. There's a lot of support. I know it's you're rebuilding. It's going to be tough to do that, but Georgetown is still going to be successful. We know it. Even in your first year, there's going to be, I think, more success than people are anticipating. And we're just proud and happy, man, and thankful that you're stepping up, brother. Congratulations again.
I appreciate it, and I hope that the support continues. It's going to take time.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to bear with us, but you know, and the finished product, it will be something that all Hoya Nation will be proud of.
That's right. Hoya Saxa, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Ewing with us. I know he's got other rounds to make, and this won't be the last time we hear from him. I know our sports channels will be talking to him. We're going to go all Georgetown on Sirius XM Sports if I have anything to say about it. Patrick, thank you, brother. Love you. We're here for you, and let's get this done, man, okay?
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you having me on, man.
All right, man. We'll talk again soon, okay, buddy?
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Take care. Patrick Ewing, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest players in the history of the NBA, now the head coach of the Georgetown Hoyas. 1/4 past the hour, ladies and gentlemen, 1/4 past the hour. Thank you for joining us. We're going to post that up on